want to talk offense.
I do.
Talk your shit.
I do want to talk offense because obviously we knew what we were going to get. You knew they were going to spread the ball around to different receivers. You knew you were going to see a nice helping of David Montgomery, and Jahmyr Gibbs is going to get his touches. This guy, Jahmyr Gibbs, is him. He is the real deal. He's going to be a problem in this league. Like the way he creates space, the way he avoids tacklers, and then when I saw him put his shoulder down on the sideline, send somebody out of bounds, that shit made me so happy. Because that's all you heard from people. Oh, he's too small, not big enough, he's going to get thrown around. He wasn't getting thrown around out there yesterday. He went out there, he made a nice move, made a cut, a spin, and then put a shoulder into somebody and put him in the ground. I was like, I fucking like this kid. I think this kid's going to be special. I really do, man. I think they need to get him the ball a lot more than they did in that game.
Yeah.
I want him to have 20 touches against Seattle, at least.
Yeah, I was kind of. I mean, I don't want to use the word disappointment at all when it comes to this game, but I was kind of disappointment in, like, you know, Ben. Maybe he's talking about a season projection, but he talked about using Jahmyr in like just ways we wouldn't even think of. But he was pretty much using a running back last night.
Yeah,
he had one reception for 18 yards. Maybe I'm salty because I betted on the over 31.5, but you know, I told my boys to bet on the over 31.5. But I don't know. I thought we'd see a little bit more like passing situations out of him. Now, again, I haven't watched the complete game a second time. Your boy was up till 6 a.m. this morning. I tried to rerun it again, and I did pass out right to pick six. Well, I had to rewatch it. Maybe he was still out there doing freaky things, just wasn't getting the ball because, missing Chris Jones, but the Chiefs are still a respectable defense.
Yeah, they brought some good pressure on Jared Goff. He didn't have a lot of time to go through his reads, but when Gibbs got the ball in his hands, man, he's electric. I'm electric. Like the guy goes out there and he makes plays and he looks tough to tackle.
He had two spins.
Yeah.
On the same run.
Yeah.
Alongside the edge.
He's dirty, man. He's dirty. I love seeing it.
And hey, you complimented Gibbs. Let me go ahead and compliment David Montgomery because it's
Monty's a dog too.
You just know you're getting 2 to 3 yards every single time. I think he got stuff like once. And by the way, if I'm giving Monty credit on that too, I gotta give the offensive line credit too. But like, you just know.
Yeah.
I don't have to question it. I don't have to concern that he's gonna get stuffed, or it's gonna happen every single time. That's why
he falls forward.
Yeah, he does. A little bit of play calling situations I was kind of pissed off about last night.
Yeah.
A couple third and shorts, a couple fourth and shorts. I was like,
I would have liked to see him run the ball.
Run the ball.
Yeah.
We have this muscle hamsters freaking meatball cannon. I don't know what you want to call it, but Dave Montgomery's gonna get you 2 to 3.
Yes.
Like, run the ball. And we have a great offensive line too. But that's my only complaint.
Yeah, really.
Off the top of my head. Marvin's like fumble, but
Marvin's
that happens.
It happens. I'm not blaming Marvin for it. It happens. I'm sure he won't do it again.
And by the way, too, you want to talk about drop balls? Like, yeah, I did it when I was 13. So what? So was everybody else. No, I'm just kidding. Marvin Jones fumble in the red zone. Like, is that not bad towards us?
Yeah.
CJD had the interception twice in his hands, out of him. Can we drop balls too? We gave you the ball, quite literally, in the red zone.
Yeah.
Lost points on it.
So quit being a bitch, Kadarius Toney.
Yeah. Well, you can't hear. You know, I guess he only deleted his Twitter, but the offense. How about this, Josh Reynolds? That was one of my safe bets too. Was him 29.5. Yeah, serpent of death.
He had that on like one play.
Bro, he had offensively, he had my favorite play last night. The one, I think it was in the fourth, where he on the little curl route, and he just turned it upfield. He got there to like the 11 or 10. That was beautiful. And he was slept on. I don't know why. Maybe just by the odds makers. But did you see that 29.5 for his receiving yards yesterday?
I didn't see it, but now that you're saying that, I would have been all over that.
Listen,
damn, I'm pissed because I took Gibbs and he sold on that one.
Yeah, but did you guys see him run a lot more routes than? Talking about Gibbs?
Yeah, I saw him going out for routes. They were putting him in motion a lot, doing different things with him. So we'll see. It's only the first game of the year.
Remember, you saw Amon at fullback yesterday? Yeah. So, listen, they're putting that shit on tape. Maybe they are going to do something funky with it a little bit later.
Ben Johnson's going to get nasty for sure. That's what he likes to do. He likes to set things up.
Yeah.
Give you a look, give you a look, give you a look, and then do something different out of that same look.
Yeah.
So I'm sure as the season goes on, we're going to see more and more of just disgusting play calling.
I'm sorry. I know we're talking about the offense now, but I'm smiling because I'm thinking about the creativity of Amon-Ra, fullback. Every time the Chiefs tried to get creative last night, the Lions defense just said, nah.
Yeah.
Every time.
They read right through that shit.
And that's like your running.
The defense looks so good.
I know, bro. And that's what said, like, you got, okay, Travis Kelce, Yaze, Blase, whatever. But when you're running the ball, Travis Kelce has very little to do with the outside of, like, if you're blocking towards the side. When you're trying that cute little fancy shit, and Josh Pascal through the middle just got in the back there and sat old buddy down, that's us, boy. It ain't got nothing to do with Travis Kelce or Chris Jones. Man. Well, are you a little bit concerned, though, because Jared Goff did only have the one touchdown, 250 yards.
I'm not concerned at all.
The Chiefs' defense.
They got the fucking win.
Yeah.
I don't care how it looks. I don't care if it wasn't pretty. They got the dub, bro.
And it was an Arrowhead.
And it was in Arrowhead. It was the first game of the year.
Super Bowl champs.
I bet they put up 35 against Seattle.
They did last year.
35 plus.
They did last year.
Yeah, I think that was
pick
part
six
of
was
it
the
too.
difference,
Like, I think part of this game was you could see on both sides. It was I don't even want to call it nerves necessarily, but it just was the beginning of an NFL season, right? Like I saw plays on both sides from both teams where they were a little out of rhythm. So I can't take too much from Jared Goff and only having the one touchdown pass he threw, because at the end of the day, like Spence said, you got the job done, and that's all that matters. But I do think it was a little bit of that first game, maybe not jitters, but just like kind of figuring out coordination and kind of figuring out chemistry and all those things, getting a feel for the game.
Yeah, I'll give the benefit of the doubt of, like, obviously it being Arrowhead. I know no Chris Jones, but Nick Bolton, while he considered as an upcoming line, I mean, he's there actually. Not even he had a touchdown last year in the Super Bowl, but like that's a good defense, respectable defense at the very least. You're in the loudest stadium in the league. I'll give the offense a nod, and I think again they're building stuff up, they're putting stuff on tape. You're gonna see a lot more like cute shit like that, but they're gonna run something different out of it.
Yeah,
talking about the Amara, the fullback, and whatever else.
That's what happens. Ben Johnson loves doing it, and we saw it a lot in the game yesterday. And after we got done with the watch party, you guys got to enjoy Mads and Stick on the post-game show.
Man, they killed
awesome.
it.
Every game, after every game, Mads and Stick will have live reactions, all the Kool-Aid chugging, everything you need from the Woodward Sports post-game show. So make sure you guys check it out. It'll be live on Woodward Sports YouTube right after every Lions game.
And then the other thing too is, like, when it comes to the offense, I tell you guys, you talking about who's gonna be the second leading receiver. I told you it'd be Josh Reynolds. It's because there's a little bit more. Not that Khalif isn't, like, I saw Simon bitch about Khalif not getting the ball as much, but I think he's more like a specific tool on the offensive side of the ball. Special teams a dog, regardless. Like, there's no argument about it. But I think on the offensive side, you want a situation where he's in space or screaming down the field. And that's what you're going to use Khalif. Josh, you could use him multifaceted. You can scream him down the field. You can run him on posts. You can run him on curls. You can do multiple things. I think that's why you saw a little bit more Josh. The versatility.
The versatility.
Versatility. I think that's why you saw a little bit more Josh Reynolds getting some action than Khalif. What about you, Nick? What do you think about the offense?
About the offense, I think the biggest thing was Goff staying away from the interceptions. I mean, there was two close calls right at the line and one on the wide receiver screen where it was a little worrisome. But his road splits last year, he threw way too many interceptions. So if we can run the ball on the road, take control of the clock, stay out of trouble with the picks, I think we'll be just fine going forward and be where we want to end up at the end of the season.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree too. And I mean, that happened a lot too. I don't know. Do you think is the thing to be concerned about, all the swatted balls, or it's just things are going to happen?
I think it's just going to happen.
Yeah.
It's, they're getting good looks. It's never really been a problem for him. It's not something he's known for. It's not like, oh yeah, he's Bryce Young, he's Kyler Murray, he's 5'4". He's going to get ball swatted down. It's just, it happens sometimes.
Yeah, I just hate that, like, it's on tape now, because I don't know if it's like a, like, certain things, how these NFL defensive coordinators get, like this guy, when he goes to his left foot, can't do this, can't do that. Is that something that's like on tape that Jared Goff's getting away? These telltale signs that they're ready to just jump up,
No, I don't think so.
I think it's just Chiefs being great.
I think it's just the Chiefs making plays.
Chiefs being great, staying being loud. Broder, any offensive concerns for you? Not even, any compliments. You don't have to do. Listen, we're celebrating, right?
We're celebrating.
Yeah, it don't gotta be concerned. I guess, like, what turned you on about the offense last night? And if you did want to sneak something that concerned you, go ahead.
No, I like we saw glimpses of what their identity could be, sort of pounding it up the middle with David Montgomery and setting up the play action, setting up all the action that they have on the outside. So it felt like they got away from that kind of in the middle of the game, the second and third quarter. But once they got back to that in the fourth, that's when they started to control the clock and control the game. Yeah. And about Goff, the batted passes down, I think that's something he'll iron out over the next couple weeks. It's just you got to get into your rhythm, finding your lane, and finding where your offensive linemen are sort of being pushed back and adjust his feet. He's 6'3" or 6'4", so it's not going to be a problem. But
Yeah.
you know, he mixed it around. Goff was accurate. He made good decisions. Like, that's what we want to see out of him. I was really happy. The offense didn't look great all game, but I just was really happy they showed up and looked good. They didn't look amazing. They looked good from game one, and they didn't need a couple weeks to get into that.
Yeah, and maybe some of it's from just like not getting any preseason snaps for Goff. Maybe like just like shaking some, getting into the groove of things, like you said, getting some consistency there.